Hey everybody, welcome to Kyle Not Kyle Show. I'm Kyle.
I'm not Kyle.
And here we are for our Week 5 recap and Week 6 preview. We are tied with our picks.
I went 1-4.
And I went 2-3. So what's our overall?
Colts, if the Colts beat the Chiefs, what? So here's mine. What? What happened? What? The Colts beat the Chiefs? What? All the rest of them, like I said, I wasn't overly shocked.
Yeah. We'll get right into it. Thursday night football. Rams at Seattle. Seattle wearing their terrible highlighter uniforms. But it didn't seem to stop them because they won. I believe the final score was Seahawks won 30-29.
That was the earlier in the season, the Saints played the Texans, and I had that as the best game that I'd seen so far. Mm-hmm. I'm going to replace that with the Rams-Seahawks game.
Yeah,
this Rams-Seahawks game was and it's 1 and 1A. It's not 1 and 2. It's 1 and 1.
No, I agree. Yeah,
that was a solid. That was to me what every divisional game should look like.
Yeah.
Where it's, I don't know. I'm not going to be surprised if either one of the teams lose this week after playing like they did.
Right.
Like leaving it all on the field.
Oh, yeah. This is a fun game to watch. I went back and I rewatched it again because I was only able to watch like the tail end of the game live. So I went back and watched the whole thing and I'm like, wow, what a game. Rams are certainly glad to have Cooper Kupp back healthy this year. He has been a difference maker in several games. He nearly was in this game.
If he would have been
gone, and the tight end had over 100 yards receiving. Chris Carson was the lone Seattle player with over 100 yards.
The running back, he's a running.
And he's a running back. This is just a fun game to watch, and I do agree this will definitely be.
It's a heart pounder. Heart pounder. And are you going to be shocked in any way, shape, or form if Seattle goes into Rams Coliseum and loses by the same score?
No.
No, neither am I. Zerline's missed kick, and it's time to go home.
Yeah. That was.
I was sitting there going, because that was our swing game.
Yeah.
I was going, come on, Zerline, you got it. But I am more of a Seattle fan than I am a Rams fan.
Yeah.
But then it was like, crap. Yay, Seattle.
So that game helped get me back in the hunt against you. What is our overall record, by the way?
15-14.
15-14. All right.
There's mediocre, and we are one level above mediocre.
Well,
we are partly cloudy with a chance of rain. That's what we are. Like, what? What does that actually mean?
Right. All right. Well, moving on to the AFC matchup of the week, we had the Baltimore Ravens going into Pittsburgh to face the Steelers. Ravens walk out with the win 26-3 in overtime.
26-3? It wasn't 26-3 in overtime.
I'm sorry, 26-23. 26-20.
What kind of overtime are those refs doing anyway? That was another very physical divisional game.
I think Mason Rudolph could attest to that. That was not a good thing to see. I mean, he looked like he was out when he hit the ground.
Oh, yeah. Well, they have so much protocol now with the head hit. 8 years ago, they might have given him some smelling salts and put it back out there.
Right.
It's just so different now. And you go back into like the 80s, and they wouldn't even give him smelling salts.
Right. Slap his face a few times.
Here's some speed.
Right.
Walk it off. Walk it off.
Yeah.
Walk off your head.
Walk it off.
Walk off your head injury.
And before he got hurt, I mean, Rudolph looked fine. Then this Hodges that came in, I mean, he looked passable. So, I mean, Juju cannot fumble there like he did in overtime.
Here's the thing. Remember, he fumbled in that Saints game last year.
Yep. Guy wants to be the new number one.
Oh, he is the number one. That's not even a conversation.
No. I'm not saying that's not what I mean by that. I'm saying he wanted to step. They wanted him to be able to step in and fill Brown's shoes, and so far that has not been the case.
Because Brown's shoes are, what are those that clowns wear? Those big, long, weird.
Yeah. 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 What was I was looking? Where did it go?
That was a solid divisional game.
It was.
I say a divisional game. It doesn't really matter what a team's record is in a divisional game.
No, it really doesn't.
Because that's typically also where these upsets happen.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm going to be absolutely dumbfounded if Miami wins a game. But I'm not going to be as dumbfounded if they end up beating New England because it's a divisional. You know what I'm saying? It's just
I will because it's in New England.
Game. No, but it's one of those. It's a divisional game. Yeah. It's all bets are off on those divisional games.
Yeah.
I can't tell you how many times I've seen the underdog. I mean, every Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
It seems like some divisional team that's way worse than their divisional rival beats.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Lamar Jackson had an okay day. He only threw for 161 yards. He threw for 1 touchdown, but he had 3 interceptions and he was sacked 5 times.
Well, also on one of his picks, the guy, I watched this all weekend. These receivers are going down low, and I don't know what they're doing. It's like they're in volleyball where the ball comes over and they hit it to set it up. I was like going, okay, are you doing fantasy for the defense? So you need points for interception or something like this? Because you just go, how is that? It was commonplace. I think I saw it five or six times.
Yeah.
Picks this weekend, and he had one of those.
Yeah. Yeah.
And you just and that's those kinds of turnovers, especially. I mean, if the guy intercepts the ball and you were getting ready to score a touchdown, that sucks. But at least they're way back.
Yeah.
He did it twice they were on their 35.
Yeah.
So you gave Pittsburgh a really short field.
Yeah. And I'm looking. You can tell they've really relied on the running game, because the Steelers. Sorry, switching back to Steelers. Yeah. James Conner had 55 rushing yards, and Juju Smith-Schuster had 75 yards, and they are the only ones. Pardon me. And then I think it's James Washington are the only ones that had 50-plus yards in that game.
It was a defensive game.
Very much so.
Which is what you would think.
Yeah. Which here's the interesting part. The Steelers only ran 57 total plays. Ravens ran 75. And time of possession, Ravens had the ball 39 minutes. Steelers only had it for 25 minutes and 34 seconds. So that's yeah. So yeah, that was just another good divisional game. And Steelers Ravens is almost always a good divisional game, especially for guys like me who like the little bit lower scoring, harder hitting defensive games. This definitely fit right in there for me. So,
okay.
Moving on to the, this was the first time they said that a late game has been broadcast to every location. Like, normally there's 2 games, so half the country gets one game, half the country gets the other.
Packers, Cowboys.
Yeah, Packers, Cowboys. This was the first time they said that the entire country got to watch the same game in the 1:00 time slot.
I watched this game. Now, I want to preface this with, I hate the Cowboys.
What, really?
So, yeah, I hate the Cowboys. That's the only team I love watching lose.
Yeah.
I love watching them lose. But to be fair, I think they were spent after that Saints game.
Yeah.
I think this was just too hard of a back-to-back. It was just too hard. Because the Packers pretty much just kept the pedal to the metal the whole game. I believe.
With the running back Jones, oh man,
that was the aspect that I was shocked at watching.
Yeah,
because the Cowboys have a really good run defense, and I was watching this guy breaking tackles, holes opening up where there's, nobody there until he's deep into the 5-7 yards past the line of scrimmage before anybody there. And what was interesting too is, Van Der Esch is money.
Yeah,
he looked awful.
Yeah, what was it? Yeah,
I'm wondering if they were so spent after that Saints game.
Yeah. So Jones's average rush went for 5.6 yards. He had 19 attempts for 107 yards, 75 yards receiving on 7 targets.
Yeah.
Or 7 receptions. Yeah, that was and this was so Rodgers had no touchdowns, but he took 2 sacks, whereas Dak had 3 interceptions and 3 sacks. Dak had way more passing yards.
Last 2 weeks, this week and last week, he's faced good defenses where they've been able to shut down the run.
Yep.
And he hasn't been able to do anything.
No.
Absolutely nothing.
Yeah. Elliott was held to 62 yards on the ground and just 2 yards receiving.
Nobody's afraid. None of these defenses are afraid of Prescott throwing for 600 yards.
No. And the Packers defense is good. They're looking legit.
Yes.
This year.
That's why I have them taking that division.
Yeah.
And right now I look at them.
Mm-hmm.
I look at the Rams / Seahawks.
Mm-hmm.
And the Saints. That's it. I would still put the Cowboys up there, but I got to watch 2 more of their games. I got to see if they can beat Philadelphia because that's what I told you earlier when we did our picks. I have Philadelphia and Dallas with the same record.
Yeah.
And it being one of those whose birthday falls in the summer solstice is how you get into that.
Right. Oh gosh. Yeah.
That was I don't want to say it was a dominating game, but it was definitely one of those. I just don't think Dallas was ready for it. That's what I took away from it is they were spent after that tough physical game.
Yeah. Well, when I was watching, because I watched a good chunk of the first half, and I'm sitting there watching him, I just kept waiting for Dallas's defense to stop them or make a play.
Yes,
it never happened.
Yes. Yes. That was my takeaway too. Is
I'm just like, okay, they'll get him this time. Oh nope, they didn't. Wow. Like, oh my gosh, 9 times out of 10 you make that tackle. What is this? The one time you don't? Every time?
No. 10 times out of 10 he makes that tackle.
Yeah.
It was like, what? Do we have to go to 11 now? So 10 out of 11 times you do
it? So moving on to the Sunday night game.
Which was
I'll give you another chance to say what.
What? I didn't think it was going to be 44-17. No. I didn't think the Chiefs were going to just annihilate them, but I thought the Chiefs were going to win. I was like, yeah, they're going to win.
Oh, I picked them too.
That Colts offensive line plays like a defensive line.
Yeah.
They come at that left side. What's that guy that they drafted?
Quentin Nelson.
Oh my gosh! And then the guy.
He's a monster.
They're mean. I was just going. They come after. I was watching them. They weren't. You know how an offensive lineman typically will kind of hold, pull in and hold. They were hitting the defensive linemen like defensive linemen hit offensive linemen, like slapping them and stuff like that. I was like, okay, these two guys are just fighting each other out there.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then Brissett looks fun. I don't see so far. I haven't seen a game with the Colts where I went, oh, if Luck was in there, they would have won. I haven't seen one yet this year.
Yeah. No, I agree.
He looks good. He hits. I still think he needs some work. He always wants to throw it to the outside. He wants to throw it towards the sidelines.
Yeah.
That's the only flaw that I see so far. Because if it's down the middle, looks like he wants to throw it 40 yards minimum. Yeah. Like the deep ball's down the middle, and then all the other passes are towards the side. And that might be by design. I don't know. But also, that running back, Marlon Mack, that guy's a
beast. What a beast.
They're going to have problems if he goes out.
Yeah. No, I agree.
Because he's one of those. I don't know if they're going to be able to quickly replace that guy. And then their defense looks good. Their defenses look good all year.
Yeah, yeah. No, I don't remember what we were doing, but we turned on the game for most of the fourth quarter, and I'm just like, oh please, like I love seeing this. Please keep it up. And I kept waiting for Mahomes something to materialize, and it really didn't. So I was very happy to see the Chiefs lose. I would gladly take that loss on my pick.
There was no Tyreek Hill.
No.
And Mahomes is still good. Don't get me wrong. He's still phenomenal.
Yeah.
But without that deep threat, it's all short to intermediate passes.
Yep.
Once Hill comes back, though, I'm going, okay, this is going to open. This is going to open up.
Which this ended.
McCoy, if McCoy can come back, because he was opening up because of the screens and stuff he can run.
Yeah. This ends Kansas City's NFL record streak of 25 or more points in 25 straight regular season games. Yes, I mean I didn't expect it to be this low scoring.
That was the other thing that was surprising. If you'd have told me the over-under is 40, I would have went over.
Oh, easily. I would have said over.
I would not have said under.
No, I don't think there would have been very many people that would have said under.
Offensively, we're going to lay an egg. I wasn't going, oh, they're going to score 10 points or less.
Oh, yeah. No.
It was a good game.
It was. I enjoyed it.
It was kind of a shocking game more than it was. I mean, it was good. It was, it wasn't a lot of errors. I know Mahomes had one of those picks.
Yeah. Interesting thing, just because Kansas City has been talking about it, Kelsey shoved the offensive coordinator on the sideline, kind of got into a little spat with him. And then later in the game went up to him and was like hugging him and stuff. I'm like, okay, and the offensive coordinator looked like he wanted no part of that hug. So I don't know what that was about. I didn't see when it happened. I just saw afterwards that he had shoved the offensive coordinator. But yeah, I mean, my opinions on Kelsey. So
no, I don't actually.
Oh, I think he's extremely overhyped. I think he's good, but I don't think he's half as good as he thinks he is.
And you're making that comparison to what other tight end?
Oh, you know what one I'm thinking of.
One that's not playing?
Two that aren't playing.
Okay, so in the league right now,
I would take Ertz over him.
Okay, that's the conversation though. Those two guys.
Yeah. I don't. I've never liked Kelsey. I've always thought he's a good tight end, but I've never liked him. I always think
it's interesting. The guys and the teams that you don't like are the ones that go into New England and beat New England. That's your entire philosophy of
who beat us once
to like and not to like, predicated if they can beat the.
They beat us once in New England.
Yeah, and I believe he was the one that didn't he have 2 touchdowns?
No, that was Kareem Hunt's crazy game, and that was our defense having no clue what they were doing at that point in the season.
But that's what I'm saying. It's a.
Hey, what can I say? That year, our first game was weird, and our last game was weird.
See,
okay,
people, this is all you have to do. It's like an Energizer bunny. Just push the little New England's not as good as you think it is. Blah, 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 blah.
All right, moving on to the Monday night game. I did not see this as the final score.
This was a comedy of errors.
Yeah.
I will say this, though. the one thing that I took away from that game, Nick Bosa is for real. I wasn't.
Very much
I
so.
thought I was going, okay, the defense is pretty good, but that guy was eating.
He anchors the line.
Well, he was eating Mayfield. I mean,
Yeah.
and Mayfield looks like he didn't think it. I don't know what it is. And I always go, he's regressing. He's regressing. I think he thinks he's got more time.
I think
That's
so too.
a timing issue.
Yeah.
I saw him. You're just going, you cannot stand back there for 5 or 6 seconds.
Yeah.
What makes you think you can? And he's not a fast scrambler. I mean, like, what's the Jackson or Russell Wilson?
Yeah.
They're quick. They are
Yeah.
They're like McCaffrey type quick back there. You're like, he's juking guy. He's not.
No.
And I'm going, you're not that fast. And then you're just going, okay, Bosa's big enough that when he's getting close to you, the sun is getting blocked out.
Right.
You should be able to at least look at the shadow on the ground and go,
Right.
I have no more shadow. What is this?
What's going on?
Yeah. But how many times did Mayfield get sacked? Do you have the status on that?
Oh, he got
It was quite
sacked. 4 times.
Yeah.
Yeah, he got sacked 4 times, 2 interceptions, only threw for 100 yards. He was 8 of 22. Yikes! Yeah, that's. I mean, Nick Chubb.
But the picks that they threw, they gave the ball into San Francisco territory.
Yeah.
And then there's nothing you can do against that Richard Sherman interception. I don't care.
Yeah, that was a great pick.
That was a phenomenal catch. Just if it was a wide receiver, it would have been a phenomenal catch.
Yeah.
Fingertips totally extended.
Yeah.
Well, did you see after it? I think it was going to go to Landry.
Uh-huh.
He came over and like tapped him on the shoulder and said, "Good catch." Like it was after that. But the other thing is that receiver that Cleveland had that's been on suspension or whatever that came out, he was dropping everything.
Yeah.
He dropped balls in the end zone. I think that if they played 3 more times, I could see it going.
Was it Callaway?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, that guy was dropping everything.
Yeah. One
What
hilarious note. So, Bosa played at Ohio State and Baker played at Oklahoma, and Baker had planted the flag in the middle of Ohio State Stadium after they did that to Oklahoma or something the year before. So at the end of the half, when Bosa sacked him or whatever, he mimicked a flag wave right behind Baker.
Oh, that's what that was. Okay.
Yeah, that's what that was. For people who don't know, there was some history there.
These sack dances are getting weirder and weirder.
That was kind of a.
That's what it was. Okay.
Yeah, that was a little little
rival. So
yeah.
he played with Saquon. Bosa did.
No.
Didn't they go to? Didn't
no, Saquon played at Penn State. Bosa played at Ohio State.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, I was at work during the Monday night game, and I just see, the flag stand is happening. I'm like, what the heck are they talking about? Oh yeah, from college. Okay, which I just got a little kick out of. One interesting note, and this is something I was telling you about. There are rumors starting to circulate that the Browns might be listening to trade offers for Odell Beckham. The 3 teams reportedly interested are the 49ers, the Eagles, and the Patriots. Just something to keep an eye out on. There's been reports that this is just someone blowing smoke. There's been reports that this is actually a true thing. Just something to potentially keep an eye on.
Did you the 2 running backs, the running back combination for San Francisco so far, I think might be the best running back combination.
Breida.
Yeah. That Breida guy is fast.
Yeah.
He broke that, and you're going, okay, defensive back, because a lot of times defensive backs are able to at least get point of pursuit and tackle the guy. He just went flying. I also love it when they don't look over their shoulder. They're just going end zone, end zone, end zone, end zone.
Well,
end zone.
but Breida is done. He got hurt. I feel like I was just reading that he's being put on IR.
IR. Oh, okay.
I'm pretty sure that's what they said.
Okay.
Yeah, it was it a groin injury or something?
So fast he hurt himself?
Yeah. Yeah, something like that. And hey, how about those 2 undefeated quarterbacks left in the NFL? My boys, Jimmy Garoppolo and Tom Brady, huh? Helped out by former Patriot Jacoby Brissett.
Well, go look at their numbers. TB12's at the bottom of that list.
Yeah. Doesn't matter. All that matters are the wins.
Well, the Belichick. Belichick, shut up. That's not a football question. Next. Give me a football question.
Okay, so that he must. Okay, never mind. He must not be hurt. I swore they said Breida was out. Must have been someone else. I swore it was Breida they said was out.
Oh well.
Yeah, whatever.
They won.
Right. They did. So moving on to our picks. Have the Thursday night game. New York Giants at the New England Patriots. I think we know who I'm picking.
Yeah, I'm picking the Patriots as well.
Yeah, I don't think that's going to be
much game. The Giants are fielding a scrimmage team.
Basically, between every guy, Evan Ingram, Sterling Shepard, and Saquon out.
I think
and they play a rookie quarterback in New England against Bill Belichick.
Okay, so here let me ask you about this. Okay, it's related to this game tangentially.
Mm-hmm.
You actually, I believed, and a number of other people during the draft said Haskins was better than Daniel Jones.
Mm-hmm.
The Giants don't seem to be worried about rattling him losing his confidence or anything else.
Mm-hmm.
He hasn't got to play with Saquon for a game yet.
Yeah.
Every game he has not had all of his receivers or the starting tight end.
Mm-hmm.
Why is Haskins so fragile that the Redskins won't play him? Because you said that you didn't think they should play him. Like they shouldn't have played him last week against New England and the week before. When would you want him to start against a crappy?
No, I thought if you were going to start him. No, I thought if you were going to start him, you should have started him week 1.
But they didn't start Daniel Jones week 1. This is what I'm saying. This is a little.
No, I thought the Giants needed to start him week 1. I thought the Giants needed to start him week 1. I don't know. When it comes to the draft, people are always going to miss things or discount other things. I said Haskins was better. I didn't think either of them really were as high a pick talk as they were. I thought maybe Haskins late in the first.
Right. I'm not. Maybe I wasn't clear enough. The ranking and the picks I don't care about. Mm-hmm. They were both first round quarterbacks on 2 losing teams.
Yeah.
One of them has started. He's starting. The other one's not.
Mm-hmm.
And the one who's not is the one that everybody said was better. That's what I don't understand. Why do you think Washington, or do you think they will start him?
I feel like I read something that said they're not going to start him this week. Also, you got to look at what's around him. Redskins have absolutely nothing around their quarterback.
They don't have anything around Jones right now. Nothing.
Well, they had Evan Ingram at one point. He had Saquon for the first part of the Tampa Bay game.
First quarter.
Still, that can be a safe help make you feel comfortable.
But not last week. And not this week.
No, I know, and that's why I'm very impressed. I was not impressed with what I saw coming out of college, but hey, you know what? Something clicks.
I just don't know why they're not starting Haskins.
I don't either.
Everybody goes back to David Carr. That was 16 years ago. 15, 16 years ago.
Oh, I agree.
That was a different. They can't even hit the quarterback the same way now.
No,
I'm just going at what are you waiting to go, okay, we need to get an A line and top receivers before we put this guy in the game. That's going to do it. I just going
right. It's Dan Snyder and Bruce Allen, so nothing.
Well, I don't know if
think logical is going to necessarily apply.
See, I wonder if part of the reason Gruden got axed was he didn't start him, because Schneider picked Haskins.
Yeah.
And last time he picked a guy was RG3, and he fired Shanahan over that. So.
Yeah, I don't know.
I think they should start him. I don't know why they don't start him. There's nothing.
I agree.
I mean, he might not be as good as Case Keenum, but at what point do you put him out there?
Yeah. No, I completely agree. Next game we have the Texans and Chiefs. I'm taking the Chiefs.
I am taking the Texans.
All right,
What?
What?
The only reason that I'm taking the Texans is I think the Texans have a better offense than Indianapolis all the way around. And I think the Texans have a better defense than the Colts do. Not leaps and bounds, not like, oh my gosh.
Yeah.
And I think the physicality and the lack of Tyreek Hill, that lack of Tyreek Hill is going to be, they can exploit that. And I think a team like the Texans, they can do that.
Yeah, I agree.
Because I don't see the Texans not putting up 24 points. That's the other. And if it gets into a shooting match at this point in the season without Tyreek Hill, I'm going to take.
Texans have a much better receiving core.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's it. I still think the Chiefs are top 5 team. Don't get me, but
without I won't be shocked. I won't be shocked if the Texans win.
This is another one of those.
Yeah.
I will be shocked if the Giants beat the Patriots. I'm not going to be shocked whoever wins this game.
Yeah.
But last time I said, what? If the Giants.
So we're going on to the Eagles Vikings. I am taking the Vikings merely because they are at home.
I'm taking the Eagles.
Yeah, if this was in Philly, I'd probably be taking Philly.
This one, I am going to be somewhat surprised if the Vikings beat the Eagles. That Vikings offense should be absolutely phenomenal.
Yeah.
And for some reason, the weak link is the quarterback.
Yeah.
And it's
$4 million quarterback.
Well, I'm going, okay, so Mayfield's regressing. That's what you're saying? So what's Cousins doing?
Yeah. He's already regressed. Now
going into the fetal position.
Moving on to the Sunday night football game, we have the Pittsburgh Steelers at the Los Angeles Chargers.
We have one more. Niners Rams. One more NFC game.
You didn't tell me that one. No, you didn't tell me that one. Okay, so we're adding one. Niners Rams.
Yeah, there's a few times where the AFC or NFC game is a make or break game. This is one of them.
Yeah. I
doody doo doo doody doo doo doo. Now come on, don't make me pull out Game of Thrones theme song.
I don't know, man.
I mean, the Rams.
I think I'm gonna go with the Niners.
Go with the Niners.
Before Thursday, so last Sunday, they were 3-0, and then in the span of 4 days or 5 days, they went to 3-2. And the Niners are playing red hot right now. I'm going to go with the Niners. I won't be shocked if the Rams win, but I'm going with the Niners.
But think of who the Rams lost to.
Seahawks.
In Seattle.
Yeah. In Tampa Bay.
Yeah, that was one of those lay and egg games. And that's also, Tampa Bay's like giant killers. Every year they destroy, and I mean destroy some team that they shouldn't even be playing against.
Right.
They beat the Saints every single year.
Yeah.
I remember when Fisher was with the Rams would go 5-11, and the 5 wins would be 2 against Seattle.
Yeah.
Just these divisional games.
Yeah.
So you got the Niners.
Yeah. All right, now we're on the Sunday night game. Steelers at Chargers. I'm taking the Chargers.
I'm taking the Chargers. A very depleted Chargers.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Yeah. Once again, Chargers are suffering from injuries along the offensive line. All-Pro center Marquise Pouncey.
Pouncey, yeah.
One of the Pouncey brothers.
He's just good. He's like one of those all-decade type of centers.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a huge loss.
That's so big. I'm taking
he's
the Chargers.
On IR, so he's it's going to be a while. Yeah.
Minimum 8 weeks. So yeah, Chargers I have winning. Steelers I think even if it is Rudolph, it's just I don't think they're going to be able to do it. Monday night game I'm looking forward to. It's going to be a good game.
I was looking forward to the Texans Chiefs game, but this is the game I want to see. If I had to pick like which one can you see only, it's this one. Only because I want to see if the Lions are legit. Because if the Lions – now, here's – with this division, I told you this before. This is, to me, the defensive division in the NFL.
Yeah.
If the Lions beat the Packers, that whole division is within a game of each other. Also, depending on what the Vikings do.
Yeah.
That whole division was within one game.
Yeah. Yeah. No,
if they lose, I think it's going to be tough for every one of those teams to catch the Packers.
Yeah.
Because that's going to put the Packers up by 2 games.
Yeah.
At week 6, which is it's going to get harder, not easier as these go on.
Yeah. So I'm picking the Packers. I think it's going to be a good game.
I'm hoping it's going to be a good game. I'm not going to be surprised if the Packers wallop them.
Yeah,
that's what happens every year. I want to see that. I want to see it be them making a game of it before I think anything else.
Yeah. All right. So those are our picks.
So there's a 3-game swing. This week.
3-game swing. I'll enjoy my 3-point lead. All right, so be sure to like us on Facebook at the Kyle and Not Kyle Show and subscribe to our YouTube channel. And feel free to leave your own picks in the comments. We appreciate that, and we'll see you next week.